Europe, a continent steeped in history, shaped by its tumultuous past and its vibrant present. From the bustling marketplaces of the Renaissance to the interconnected economies of the modern European Union, the story of Europe is a tapestry woven with threads of trade, innovation and transformation. It's a story of resilience in the face of adversity, of unity forged from division, and of a continent constantly evolving to meet the challenges of a changing world. Our journey begins centuries ago, in a time when Europe was emerging from the shadows of the Middle Ages. The Renaissance, a period of remarkable intellectual and artistic flourishing, also marked a turning point in Europe's economic history. It was a time when the seeds of modern capitalism were sown, setting the stage for centuries of unprecedented economic growth and transformation. The Renaissance, which began in Italy in the 14th century, was a period of profound change. It was a time of renewed interest in classical learning and a blossoming of art, literature and science. This cultural awakening was accompanied by significant economic shifts as Europe transitioned from a predominantly agrarian society to one increasingly driven by trade and commerce. One of the key factors behind this economic transformation was the rise of powerful city-states like Florence, Venice and Genoa. These cities became centers of trade and finance, connecting Europe to the riches of the East through the Silk Road. The Medici family of Florence, for example, amassed immense wealth through banking and commerce, becoming patrons of the arts and helping to fuel the Renaissance. The Renaissance also witnessed the emergence of new technologies and innovations. The printing press, invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century, revolutionized the spread of knowledge and ideas, contributing to the rise of literacy and the growth of a more informed and interconnected society. This period saw the development of new navigational instruments, such as the astrolabe and the compass, which enabled European explorers to venture further afield, leading to the discovery of new lands and the expansion of trade routes. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain in the late 18th century and spread throughout Europe, marked a turning point in human history. It was a period of unprecedented technological innovation, particularly in the areas of textiles, iron production and steam power. These innovations led to a dramatic increase in productivity, the rise of factories and the mass production of goods. The invention of the steam engine by James Watt in 1776 was a pivotal moment in this revolution. Steam power provided a new and efficient source of energy, powering factories, trains and ships. This led to the rapid growth of industrial centres, particularly in England, where coal and iron ore were abundant. The Industrial Revolution had a profound impact on European society. It led to urbanization as people moved from rural areas to cities in search of work. It also led to the emergence of a new social class, the industrial working class. The Industrial Revolution brought about significant economic growth, but it also led to social problems such as poverty, inequality and pollution. The 19th and early 20th centuries were a period of great upheaval in Europe. The continent was ravaged by 2 world wars, which had a devastating impact on its economies and societies. However, these conflicts also planted the seeds for greater cooperation and integration, leading to the eventual formation of the European Union. The First World War, from 1914 to 1918, left Europe economically and politically shattered. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the war, imposed harsh reparations on Germany, contributing to economic instability in the region. The interwar period saw the rise of extremist ideologies such as fascism and communism, further dividing the continent. The Second World War, from 1939 to 1945, was even more destructive than the first. It resulted in millions of casualties and widespread economic devastation. However, the aftermath of the war also saw a renewed determination to prevent another such conflict. This led to the creation of the United Nations in 1945 with the aim of maintaining international peace and security. Section 5, the European Union, a force for economic integration. The European Union, or EU, is one of the most remarkable achievements in European history. What began as a modest agreement between 6 countries to pool their coal and steel resources in 1951 has evolved into a political and economic union of 27 member states, encompassing over 440 million people. The EU's founding fathers, including Robert Schuman, Konrad Adenauer, and Alcide de Gasperi, believed that economic cooperation was essential to prevent future wars and promote peace and prosperity in Europe. They envisioned a united Europe, where goods, services, capital and people could move freely across borders. The Treaty of Rome, signed in 1957, established the European Economic Community, or EEC, the precursor to the EU. The EEC aimed to create a single market by eliminating tariffs, quotas and other barriers to trade between member states. It also established common policies in areas such as agriculture, transport and competition. Section 6. The Euro and Beyond. Navigating the challenges of a globalized world. The European Union has faced numerous challenges throughout its history, but it has consistently adapted and evolved to meet them. One of the most significant achievements of the EU was the introduction of the euro as a single currency in 1999. The euro, which is now used by 20 EU member states, has helped to simplify trade, reduce transaction costs, and promote price stability within the Eurozone. However, the Eurozone has also faced its share of difficulties, particularly during the sovereign debt crisis that began in 2009. The crisis exposed weaknesses in the Eurozone's economic governance and highlighted the need for greater fiscal discipline and coordination among member states. In addition to economic challenges, the EU has also had to contend with political and social issues, such as immigration, terrorism, and the rise of populism. The UK's decision to leave the EU in 2016 was a significant setback for the project of European integration, raising questions about the future direction of the bloc. Section 7. The welfare state striking a balance between prosperity and social justice. One of the defining features of the European social model is its commitment to social justice and solidarity. Many European countries have robust welfare states that provide a safety net for their citizens, offering universal health care, free education, and generous social security benefits. The welfare state emerged in the aftermath of World War II as a way to rebuild war-torn societies and create a more just and equitable Europe. It was based on the principle that everyone deserves a certain standard of living, regardless of their income or social status. However, the welfare state has come under pressure in recent decades due to factors such as globalization, aging populations, and slow economic growth. Some argue that the welfare state is no longer sustainable in its current form, and that reforms are needed to ensure its long-term viability. Section 8. Innovation and entrepreneurship, the driving forces of modern Europe. Despite the challenges it faces, Europe remains a global leader in innovation and entrepreneurship. The continent is home to some of the world's leading universities, research institutions, and technology companies. European companies are at the forefront of industries such as renewable energy, aerospace, automotive, and pharmaceuticals. The EU has been a strong supporter of research and development, investing heavily in programs such as Horizon Europe, which funds scientific research and innovation across the continent. Europe has a long and proud tradition of entrepreneurship, from the Renaissance merchants to the industrial pioneers of the 19th century. Today, a new generation of entrepreneurs is emerging, driven by a desire to create innovative products and services that address global challenges. Section 9. Facing the future: economic challenges and opportunities in the 21st century. As Europe enters the third decade of the 21st century, it faces a number of economic challenges and opportunities. The global economy is undergoing a period of rapid transformation, driven by factors such as technological advancements, climate change, and shifting geopolitical dynamics. One of the most pressing challenges facing Europe is climate change. The EU has set ambitious targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and transitioning to a more sustainable economy. This will require significant investments in renewable energy, energy efficiency, and sustainable transport. Another challenge is the rise of new economic powers, such as China and India. These countries are rapidly catching up with Europe in terms of economic output and technological innovation. Europe needs to remain competitive by investing in education, research and development, and infrastructure. Section 10. Conclusion, a legacy of resilience and transformation. Europe's economic history is a testament to the continent's resilience, adaptability, and capacity for innovation. From the Renaissance to the European Union, Europe has consistently overcome challenges and emerged stronger from adversity. While the future may hold uncertainties, Europe's legacy of resilience and transformation provides a solid foundation for continued growth and prosperity. The European story is far from over. As new chapters unfold, it will be fascinating to witness how the continent continues to evolve and shape the global economic landscape in the years to come.